The Bar Group, raising the bar in real estate. Your Lake Highlands, Lakewood, Preston Hollow pros. You can find them at thebargroup.com. Unparalleled customer service for your real estate needs. The Bar Group.
Coming through.
Shop. I'll help that. We'll talk about that later. Okay, here we go. So listen, here's what's going on. We're starting the show here. I'm not gonna tell you who my guest is right now, but he's intimidating. He looks like a baller. Matter of fact, I know he's a baller, and he's got more accolades than I've ever seen in my life. He is from Wiley, came in from Oklahoma City, and he let's see here. Okay, there it is, and he is a 22 years of level management for a passion for pickleball beyond compare. In 2014, he started playing pickleball in a church, which is awesome. And he's got so much here. He's the father of three, uncle, husband, son, and friend. Now we're buddies. I'm his brother. He doesn't know that we're brothers. His name is Mr. Gene Click. He is the director of pickleball at the Oasis in Rockwall, and it's a massive mecca, 42 courts, and it's full of passionate people playing pickleball. That's alliteration, man. Say that 5 times. And anyway, Mr. Gene Click, the director of pickleball at Oasis out in Rockwall. How are you, my man?
I am doing great, man. Glad to be here. Thanks a lot.
Good. So you came here from where you came here from? Tell us a little story, how you got to Oasis.
Sure. So grew up in Wiley, but 10 years ago for work, moved to Oklahoma City. We were actually shopping churches.
Really?
Like, okay, where are we going to go to church? Right. We attend one Sunday. They're like, you got to come back tonight. Now, this is 10 years ago. Got to come back tonight. What is it, a potluck? Rise Baptist. What, are we dancing? What's going on? They're like, no, the local pickleball club is doing a pickleball demonstration.
Yeah.
Now, 10 years ago, you Google pickleball, you're not seeing Ben Johns. It's old, right? I'm like, I'm a grown man. There's no way. Not only are we not coming back tonight.
I'm a grown-ass man.
Yeah, we're not coming back tonight. We're probably not going to revisit the church.
Yeah.
Why would they ask me? Do I look that old?
Do I need to pray that much? Are you praying for me? Is that what's going on?
I'm not coming back for pickleball. So we didn't go. I missed the opportunity. Pickleball, the very first time I was invited. Well, we ended up going back to that church because my family loved it.
You want to name drop the church? You can.
At the time, it was Metropolitan Baptist.
Right.
It's now Metropolitan Bible in Oklahoma City. Mm-hmm. Went back the second time, and all of the men in that class that we revisited were like, you missed it. You missed it. Like, if you're competitive at all, you missed it. You're in luck, though.
Oh, really?
The turnout was so big. We got to do a second demo tonight. Come back. All right. I've not missed a day or an opportunity to play pickleball in 10 years because we visited that church 3 weeks after moving to Oklahoma.
Man, see, so the whole preface of our show here, and you're part of our show, is stories. Stories are just, the stories like what I went through from ID2 playing college and doing all that stuff, and a bunch of us out there like you grinding, and that's a story right there that you could have missed out, but it was so big that you got to go to the second round. Did you kick everybody's ass?
I didn't. So funny, we'll probably get to it later, but I was 360 pounds.
Oh, wow.
I know. I look pretty.
You look fucking buff, bro.
Pretty amazing.
You're ripped, son.
But 360 when I found pickleball, right? So there wasn't a lot of movement. Mm-hmm. So I did have to get that whole placement over power, which is buzzwords now for pickleball. I mean, that's all I had. Because if I couldn't keep you from hitting a good shot, I couldn't go get it. I mean, I was smoked. So, but yeah, so 360 pounds finding that sport, and it's changed not only the family dynamic. I mean, my kids, my oldest are 19, 20, and 21, and if I say pickleball, they still get in the car.
Wow.
Right?
My kids don't give a shit.
My middle daughter works at Chicken and Pickle, and she's the longest tenured employee at their Oklahoma City location.
Wow.
Right? So they've shed 600 employees, and she's still standing.
Wow.
Right?
What'd she do there?
She's done it all. She started as a pickleballer, which is just two people show up, and they don't know that you need 4. She literally got paid to play for your hour rental. My daughter got paid.
Oh, my God.
She's like, Dad,
are you serious?
Does that make me a pro a little bit? I'm like, hush, hush. Because I'm still working a real job at that point. I'm like, no, it doesn't.
Well, this all leads into the what, when, where, why pickleball, and I love it. That's just so much fun.
Yeah.
So, how do you create your junior versus your adult program? How do you do that? How's that work?
Well, I'll tell you, because we had access to the church, like the program got so large, we started running Monday and Friday nights at the church. Then that led to my wife getting a job there. I mean, we just kind of, and then she became the elementary director at that church. So talk about a highway to children, right? Pickleball keeps them busy.
Wow.
So we did a couple of kids programs there. But the bigger kids programs really happened with the club, the Greater Oklahoma City Pickleball Club, which
Did you start that? Is that right?
I didn't start it.
I'm sorry.
I didn't start it, but I have been a part of it in some form or fashion since it was at 300 members. And today it's over 2,500 members.
So Gene is the Pied Piper of pickleball. Whoa, that's 3 Ps.
It is a remarkable club. I tell people it's one of the better kept secrets in pickleball is that you want to go to play pickleball, 26 locations, 40 different times throughout the week, and it's all on one website, Texas. One website. When you go to Oklahoma, find out about all pickleball, Greater Oklahoma City. I mean, our club did that, right? I mean, so it started with 5 members.
Got a vision, man.
2011.
Got a vision.
2,500 members. And I was honored. I was the president for the last 3 years. I resigned because we're moving back to Texas. Wow. But yeah, no, that is a bang up club.
Man, I'm going to have to get this guy's autograph and picture, man. Wow, I'm telling you, man, I got nothing to say about this guy. I keep getting obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. And I was talking to my friend here pre-show about this and our awesome producer, Ted Price. All these people that don't understand pickleball, it's amazing to me. And it's the reason why, like you said, you're very passionate about pickleball. So am I, obviously. I don't get mad, upset with people like that because I feel like I need to educate them. I want them to understand it's okay. It's okay to try. I promise you'll like it. I promise. If you don't, hell, you can hit me upside the head with a paddle. I don't care. I don't say that, but typically I just say, "Come on, let's pickle." But it's real. People out there don't understand, and they don't want to. They're set in their ways, and that's fine. But change is inevitable, right? You can't fight it. So. Well, that's a good story about the junior program. Now let's talk about Oasis. So what's the difference between the junior and the adult pickleball program at Oasis?
So we actually have an AAU team out of Oasis, right? God. So Coach Francine and Coach Melissa. Wow. Right, Melissa Petroza.
Okay, and what's the other pro's
Francine
name?
Jewett.
Okay.
They have spearheaded this kids program, turned it into an actual AAU team. They've all joined the AAU program. They meet every Tuesday at Oasis, right? You pay AAU dues, you pay your Oasis dues. You got 2 coaches every week. Wow. And from what I understand, I'm still learning all their stuff, but they even cover some of the tournaments that these kids want to enter because they're part of this team.
I need to talk to those people because I've got, if I can, I'm plugging this, but I've been fortunate enough to invite every demographic on here. The big kids, which are my dad and some other older people. I'm sorry, and then the younger players. I've got some tour players come in. I got guys like this. I have had a few female pros on. I have had nobody come on that talks about junior, and I think that'd be awesome to have them on junior. I've had wheelchair on. I've tapped everything possible, and then so come stay tuned. This young man right here, we're gonna join forces.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Have them on. But keep going. I'm sorry. I get excited.
We'll get them. So that's every Tuesday at Oasis. That kids program is guaranteed. It's from 6 to 7 every Tuesday. And then we have a huge kids Pickelpalooza event on March 25th. There is no cap. I got 42 courts. I dare you to fill them. Right? I mean, sign up. It's only.
Well, do you think we should go to that?
It's only $25 a kid. We're gonna have them in the morning from 9 to noon. It'll be drills, depending on the skill set of your child. So we'll either have drills or we'll have learn to play.
Yes.
And then we'll have lunch. We're going to feed them. Wow. One local paddle company here in the area, Dink Star.
Yeah.
They're covering lunch. And then after lunch, we're going to do 2 round robin tournaments with the 2 groups. And then they'll get to go home for the day.
Oh, wow. No trampoline park? That's a liability issue. Don't do that.
During the summer, we will have some version of pickleball and trampoline.
Yes, trampoline pickleball. I don't like it, but you're going to do it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. See if you can hit a ball on the zip line, right?
It's like platform tennis. It's called platform pickleball. Like,
hey, don't.
I'm in, man. You heard it here.
Listen, who thought this game would have did who would have done what it's doing now? I mean, who knows what it's next, right?
Man, we're creating all types of shit on here, man. Platform pickleball. What up, man? A buddy of mine. Have you seen platform tennis?
Yes.
So, yeah. Okay. Well, I was asked one of my guests on the show a few weeks back. He's up in Kalamazoo, Michigan, rebuilding the Kalamazoo Country Club. And I asked him. I said, "What's your definition of pickleball?" He goes, "Tennis with a second chance." I was right. Oh. He's sincere because he plays it. He's a pretty good player. And anyway, I thought that was great. But platform pickleball palooza, man, I'm telling you, you're loving this. So going to your pros, do you? And this question is totally objective. Some directors implore it. Some just kind of let the pros do whatever they want. They don't force it. But do you require your pros to have certifications, or eventually down the road, or do you have any type of company nonprofit organization pickleball wise, IPTPA, PPR, I don't know, all the rest of that stuff. Do you have them do that stuff?
I wonder which one's watching. No,
nobody. No, it's objective, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? So we are very fortunate that all of we have a difference because we actually employ a senior pro, Rich Lopez, who's active in the circuit and just signed with the new NPL, the new league that's going to play. It's going to have 6 stops at Chicken and Pickle, and then the finale.
Is that the Pop League?
It's Major League Pickleball for 50 and over.
Yeah, I talked to Witskin.
Yes,
he's on the show. He wants me to. Okay, keep going.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah. So Rich Lopez, he works at Oasis. He's in there. He's one of the 25 guaranteed. You know, they got his little pose, and so he's in. And then the rest of them we call teachers or instructors. He's the only one we call pro. I learned that a long time ago. I went to my first Chicken and Pickle when it opened, and they said, "Oh yeah, go talk to Derek, the pickleball pro, whatever his name was." And I'm like, Derek, the pickleball pro was like a 3-0.
Wow.
Right? So maybe we ought to call Derek a pickleball coordinator, a pickleball facilitator, anything other than the word pro.
Yeah, because there's a lot of them. Yeah. I hold a lot of my cards close to my chest in this city, but I know.
Good. But I am, because we have a PPR certification here locally in the area, that will be the next one that I take personally myself as well.
Who does that locally here? If you don't, that's fine.
I don't
worry about it.
I do have it, but it's here at one of our country clubs. He's the pro there.
Probably Royal Oaks.
And it is.
Oh, with Jared. Yeah, that's where it's at. Got it.
Yeah. And so that'll probably be the class I do myself, but I'd love just to get him to come to Oasis. But if I got to travel on it.
Yeah, well,
I know.
We'll keep working stuff, my man. Trust me. Stick with Uncle C.
Having a kid that works at Chicken and Pickle, though, they're in the ITPTA.
That doesn't include free beer, dads and moms. Or does it?
Hey, I mean, for the record, Oasis does have a beer and wine license.
See, do you hear me?
Also a well-kept secret, right? Not something we advertise. When you show up, you're like, cheapest beer in the state. Let's go.
So when I went, the funny thing is I went to high school in Rockwall.
Okay.
So I remember that was nothing out there.
Yeah.
And Rockwall was not wet until, they had a beer and liquor store on the outside off 30 called Chili Mart. It's probably still there. And there was no alcohol around, so that's probably they keep it kind of quiet there, which is totally cool. Every demographic is different. Like Midlothian came on the Pickleball Paradise with Michelle, and similar situations, just quiet. It's the best kept secret, but it's no longer the best kept secret. It's the big guy in orange here's there, man. That's right.
There you go.
I love it. So they do PPR, and you kind of let them get certified in their own time. Or before they start. That's great. So when you play, do you like singles or doubles or mixed, or what do you like when you play?
Well, I prefer doubles. Right? I don't have to move as much. I still have 360 pounds up here.
No way, man. You look great, bro.
Sometimes I forget that my feet can move.
You can.
But
you're good.
But my very first tournament in singles was also the last time I've ever played singles.
Hey, man, did you go undefeated?
No. I got my serves in.
There you go.
That was the good part of that day.
Well, it's just doing it.
Yeah. I'd love to say that I love mixed more. I'm just not good enough to cover the court. So
Are you playing a lot? Are you actively playing? You just kind of spot on like me because you're trying to build your career and all that stuff.
Well, that's probably the biggest misconception as we talk more today. That everyone from Oklahoma City that calls, oh, I know your job, right? You're playing pickleball. Oh, it must be miserable. I'm like, well, let me tell you some things you don't know about Oasis. We have 17 large trash cans on premises, 25 acres to make sure it gets mowed. I have 62 water bottles that I pick up every morning that people forget. I have over 150 jackets that, guess what? I pick those up every morning when you leave them behind. I'm like, no. And when I do get to play pickleball today, chances are the three ladies are wearing blue jean jackets and hokas. So there's not a lot of fast movement going on, right? And when I get off at 5 or 6 o'clock, I'm not going home and coming back.
You can't get my ass on a pickleball court. You got it all right. So you Okies up there. That's crazy.
and so all of that to say, last night we played until 11:30.
Yes,
right? So
that's great.
I closed Oasis. We left the lights on, and a small group just stayed till our feet hurt. Right. So another
I want to
perk.
be invited to that one day, and I will drive out there.
There you go.
So you have a certain like brand you like? Do you use any type? You said the Dink Star was with local in Rockwall, or what is your?
It's that company's out of McKinney.
Yes.
I really found out about them. Well, chance encounter in Oklahoma City, but I didn't really know what they were doing. They were kind of visiting Chicken and Pickle, and I met them. And then when I got here, I put two and two together and figured out who they were, and was like, oh, okay, you were just scouting. You was trying to find somebody to carry your paddle. I got it.
I met somebody when I was at the Oasis, Dutch Phillips.
Yes.
I was introduced to him, but I met him on accident. I parked right next to him. He was with a gentleman from Oklahoma City. I have his number, but I believe he's not a pickleball professional. He does it outside. Okay. He has a full-time job, but he was on that Oklahoma City pickleball club you're talking about. I think.
Oh, I'm sure.
You probably know his name. It's in my phone, but he was at. I don't know if you know. He was at the TX Open that weekend. I don't think you were there though.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's a good guy. You prefer mixed. I think you'd be good at mixed. You're pretty patient, I think. I'll do whatever. I'll play whatever.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a game right now, I'm going. But yeah, I like mixed only because sometimes, like if it's me and you, do I defer to your athleticism or do you defer to my skill set? And we got to make that decision right now, right? If we didn't say you got and somebody's like, oh wait, you were so aggressive the first four. It's just hard. Where sometimes when you play mix, it's kind of assumed. Like you're aggressive from A to Z, never hit the break, right? Like, so that dynamic is a little different.
Well, it's like you said, that's a great point. You said that it just depends on the strength of your partner. Yeah. And, obviously I like singles a lot, but it's been so long since I played it. And when I played it too, 4 years ago, it was a lot slower. You had to set it up. Now it's like, you got to reset and all that. But I like what you said about that. You got to compliment each other just like you would in regular doubles. If I played with him, I'd have to probably hit some, and then I'd just say, let's just go. And then as we move along. Yeah. But I believe that by the 6 point of an 11-point game, you got to establish who the stronger players on your side of the court and who's on the other side of the court, and then you build around that.
Oh, amen. And 6 is probably 2 more than I teach everybody every day. I'm like, look, in 4 points, we're calling a timeout, and just in drills, you've got to answer these 4 questions for me. Like,
that's huge.
Like, what worked? They're like, it's only 4 points. I'm like, well, how'd you get them? Or how did you not get them? How did they get them? Right? Where did the ball go? Like, I'm like, we're only going to 11. Like, we got to figure it out. So I love that you brought that up.
I'm a big believer in you're never out. You're never out of a match in pickleball. You're just not. You're just not. Even if you slow the point down, which I teach 3 zones. I did start doing that years ago before we just get in and all that crap. I believe that you got to set the point up, and then as you get further in the match, like you probably teach as well, don't tap the gas. Hit the gas and go and attack the weaker play. You see them even stepping back an inch right at their feet. Go, 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 right? That's all free right there. We won't. Gene and I won't charge you for that, will we?
Yeah.
Okay, no. So the atmosphere at the club, I guess, with pros and you getting new faces in there, or what's happening?
Yeah, I mean, I probably will get 15 phone calls today on when they can come learn the sport. And that's why just knowing every Tuesday night at 7. So after Coach Francine finishes with her AAU team, she rolls right into introduction to pickleball.
For those of you, and I only know this because my son's in an AAU team for basketball, but let our listeners, pickleball listeners and pros, just kind of go a little further with AAU and what your pros doing or your instructors doing.
So we've got a team of almost 20 youth right now.
What are the ages vary?
8 to 14.
Does everybody play everybody in these tournaments or what?
Well, and in our AAU team, they kind of all mix. But as you get into a tournament, depending on how big the tournament is, right, a smaller tournament, it's hard to break out the 8-year-olds playing the 15-year-old. It's so hard. And we've got when my kids were 15, they didn't want to play juniors anymore anyway. Mm-hmm. Even though I brought them to the first Texas Open and they rolled everyone as juniors, they're like, we want to play the grown-ups. So
that's like UTR, right?
Yeah, so they moved up and
Universal Tennis.
Trying to figure it out, but
so the AAU stands for
yeah, don't even make me lie to you, but it's huge in basketball.
Yeah, I know. Huge. I should know it because I see it every damn day. Anyway, it's good. So that's hope right there. This is a great show. I love that you brought that. All right, so it seems like Mr. Click here is pretty passionate about pickleball, which is what we want. We want it.
Good deal.
So I guess we don't guess. So what's your favorite place you've ever played, like an event or a mixer that stands out in your head so far? And I say that again objectively because I don't want people to get their feelings hurt because you didn't say their facility, but just for the moment in time, do you have like a certain place that you've played so far that you remember the most?
Yeah, I mean, most memorable tournament I've ever been to.
A tournament or yeah.
First, my wife sent me on a trip to Seattle. So I played on Bainbridge Island at the first ever Bainbridge tournament, right? To build courts on Bainbridge outside of that original court, right? That you've seen a few people tag on Facebook.
Oh, ESPN and all that, 20 for 20, right?
Well, I've been there. I've played on that court.
Well, now I really got to get this guy's autograph. I got that.
I mean, I had dinner with Barney, right? The coolest story I've got for pickleball, though. So after I have dinner with Barney up on a rooftop there on Bainbridge.
Show off.
I know. It was so cool. I get in the elevator, and I'm going down the elevator, and I'm next to this lady. No clue. Didn't notice her at dinner if she was there. I have no idea. And she said, "How are you?" And I went, I'm on cloud 9. I'm a grown man. I just met one of the inventors. She's like, "Of pickleball?" And I went, "Yeah." And she goes, "That's my dad."
Shut the front door and the back door, bro.
I'm the kid that got sent outside to play with a wooden paddle. I'm the little girl on the first Pickleball Inc. box. So I'm immediately Googling Pickleball Inc., trying to find the box. There she is, front and center. She's 65 in the elevator. She's 12 on the box, right?
Wow, man.
And so I rode the elevator with
Tell
the girl.
me what the box is. The box where you.
So the very first net they ever put together and sold to the public. She is the girl playing on the box with the parents in the background. She's in the elevator next to me at 65. I'm like,
did you do a selfie?
Come on. I'll tell you, I get far too giddy about pickleball to be still considered a grown man.
Come on, man. All right, my favorite shot, and I said this before it got big, before Simone started talking about it on her awesome Instagram thing. All due respect, you know that, man. Is the lob. I love the offensive lob at the single service line. Make fun. Oh, wait, shit. At the kitchen line. My favorite shot. Odd side corner.
I love it.
I thought you were going to make fun of me.
No, not going to make fun of you because I'm
an easy target.
I saw her podcast where she said the shot of the year.
I know, did you hear that?
Shot of the year 2023 is going to be the lob.
Woo!
Right?
All you guys, I told you that.
2023. And so, no kidding, I'll leave my notes with you, but literally says backhand lob from the outside. Like,
shut up.
Like, no doubt. Right here. Backhand lob, right there. There it is. Look. Let's go.
You did it.
I mean, anyone that has ever played pickleball with me, I lob entirely too much. That's from 4 years of being so fat that I couldn't move. That was, if I get in trouble, I got to throw up a lob because I have to regroup. Yeah. And so I just forget now that my feet work and I can move. But yeah, the backhand lob is.
That's it. You love it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, I got it. He's not a hater. I knew it, man. I called this guy up. He's like, "Who is this dude? A pickleball show in Dallas? What?"
Yeah.
And then here he is. That's great, man. I love it. It's so much fun. So now we'll go to the new segment, or it's not really new, but it's called In the Kitchen.
Okay.
And this is, first of all, I'd like for you to kind of tell our listeners, and a lot of these listeners are going to be they are going to be future professionals to start being instructors of pickleball and hopefully players. There's a lot of opportunity too. There's minor league pickleball popping up everywhere. So that's another thing I'll tackle. But where are you from? Are you brothers, sisters, parents, wife? Where are you from? Tell us, let everybody know about you a little bit.
Yeah, so I mean, born right here outside of Dallas, Garland, Texas. Moved to Wiley. Went to high school at Naaman Forest High School. It's right outside Garland there. And so did that. Moved to Oklahoma City. After that, I have one sister, she's kind of the catalyst for us moving back to Texas. She passed away in September.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I thank you for that. But we're moving back because we're adopting our nieces and nephews, right? We're taking them in, which brings us to probably the most current cool story I have about pickleball. Because we were receiving so many anonymous phone calls for people to tell us they were sorry about my sister. She was a school teacher in Wiley ISD, and we're just inundated with phone calls. I get a phone call from a random number, and he says, "Hello, this is Darren Rack. I'm the owner of Oasis Pickleball."
Wow.
Never would have answered.
So he called you basically because of that.
Well, he called me because the pickleball world, and I'll get into why this too, but I'm a little pickleball famous, which is why I thought you called me. I didn't know that you really didn't know.
I did know. I don't have a TikTok account yet, but I knew. Don't tell me I didn't know. I didn't know fucking clue.
And so somebody in the pickleball community at Oasis said, "Hey, this guy's moving to town. You should call him." And so he calls, and I answer the phone. Because anonymous number, he would have never got an answer. Never. And he's like, "Hey, I've heard a little bit. We hate why you're here, but since you're here, you want to have dinner." 3 days later, I had a job offer. 6 days later, I had one I could take as a grown man taking on 3 new children, which, sadly or positive, we'd have 3 weeks as empty nesters, which was super cool. The coolest feeling in the world outside of hitting that backhand lob.
There we go. Nice talking some shit.
Is not caring if your kids have eaten for the day. So freeing to not come home and go, "Did the kids eat yet?" Like I was just calling my wife. I'm like, "I'm not even stopping the car. If you could just be on the driveway, we're out." Like, it was an amazing 3 weeks.
Don't let them see you leave. Run.
Turn off Live 360, right? We are out.
Oh, shit. That was good.
Yeah, and so now we're here. I actually was in Oklahoma City yesterday, played at Chicken and Pickle, shout out to them as well, but signed our house, drove back in. So the sale is finalized, and we'll start building a house here in Wiley pretty quick. We're going to move back to Wiley.
Good. I got to get you connected with a buddy of mine named Walt Williams. He's a 6'6" guy. He's head pro at Huffine Citizen. He lives out there. He's probably in your neighborhood.
Okay.
Anyway, well, that's cool. What can I say? That's G and Click, man. GC.
Let's go.
That's so cool, man. So that's a pretty, golly, man, this is like an Oscar. Jesus.
Oof.
Well, so now we're going to in the kitchen after that. So we'll talk about the favorite band, favorite song. Mine right now I've been cranking up is Granddaddy. They're from the East Coast.
Okay.
And now it's off the album Someday. You ever heard of them, Granddaddy?
Yes.
You like them?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I actually when I saw this, I went and looked. I went and checked it out, and I'm like, okay.
See, we got music here too, man.
Okay.
Who you cranking up right now?
I can still recite all the words to "Hi Kids, do you like violence? Do you want to see me push 9 inch nails through each one of my eyelids?" So Eminem for far too long. But if I had to go with what's happening today, like if you got in my car right now, complete 180, it's going to be Mercy Me. I can only imagine, probably somewhere along those lines.
I thought you were going to say Taylor Swift. No disrespect to her.
It's Tay-Tay, but
oh shit.
okay, it's not
Don't
Taylor
crack
Swift.
me on that. Doesn't say it. Says you can't crack me on my show.
I like it. I like it.
Take you anywhere, man. Anyway, so what's your favorite movie or binge series? My movie I just got through watching is Office Space, dude. That was filmed here in Dallas. You know that, right?
Yes,
At the Los
I did
Colinas
hear that.
Studios. It's not long longer called that. I have a history of Los Colinas Studios too, back in '99. But that's another story. But Office Space and binging. I'm watching the Gunther Gunther, millionaire, about to shepherd the dog that's a millionaire from Italy.
Okay.
It's a scam, but that's what I've been doing.
Is that where he left all the money to the dog?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you got to watch all of it.
I haven't seen it, but I did see the preview.
Pretty good.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I just finished Tulsa King.
Oh, is that good?
Bro.
Okay. I got the bro.
Is that even a word? I don't even know. I'm sorry, Mom. Tulsa King. Watched it all. It is.
All right.
Yeah, hands down.
There it is.
If it's not number one, it's number two behind Rocky for him. Like
You doing Yellowstone?
It's the real deal. I got committal issues. It's a long series. I haven't started that yet because it would take all my nights.
No, you're not doing that. You'll do it one day, I promise.
Okay. Favorite movie of all time, though?
Yeah, yeah.
This one might throw you for a loop. I don't know. White Man Can't Jump or Patch Adams?
So pretty. So pretty.
You know the remake's coming out.
No.
The remake's coming out.
Who's doing it?
Oh, Harlow.
Nice.
Yes. I can't wait.
Oh, you heard it first. That's a good one.
Yes.
See?
Yes.
I used to watch that in Laserdisc with my dad. Nobody knows what Laserdisc is or whatever.
I mean, it's one of the few movies that if it's on, I don't turn the channel. I just finish.
You walk on the pickleball court start to that's what you do is watch that and go play a doubles tournament.
Every time I hear a good shot, I'm like, it is so hard. Man, it's so good. Yeah. I'm like, they're like, what are you doing?
It's hard. Goddamn work. Hard. Remember that? Okay, anyway.
Making something this pretty look like a chump. Yeah.
Favorite sports team, you got any?
I'm Mavs fan for life.
Fair enough.
Yeah, which was fun living in OKC, which means I went to 2 games a year every time the Mavs came.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
The coolest story there is the playoffs. Thunder won the playoffs, but Mavs won that game. Thunder shoot a last-minute buzzer after the buzzer, and it goes in. The entire place erupts because they think the Thunder have won.
Oh.
And they wave it off. And all 14 of us in our Mavs jersey, you can hear all 14 of us when the crowd and we were like, well, because then we had won. It was amazing. It was so
wait,
cool.
let's get this straight. So you're at the playoffs. Oklahoma City wins, but they drill this 3-point after the buzzer.
After the buzzer.
And then they realize it's not good. And you guys are going, yeah!
Yes. My son is with me, and the guy next to him thinks he's won and tells my son, it's okay, you'll get another shot at it. And then when they wave it off, my son looks at him and just gives him a wink. And I'm like, we probably got to go. Let's run out. We got to get out. Get the fuck out of here. But if you have never wore an opposing team's jersey to their facility, you haven't lived.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a Chiefs fan, so whatever. I've been a Chiefs fan. I was born there. So,
Okay.
By the way, anyway, I was born there, so I'm not a bandwagon. Okay, so what about baseball and football? You liking those things?
I mean, I grew up when the Cowboys were the best, right? So it's been a long time, but can't help it.
Yeah.
It's kind of ingrained, right? So I'm still a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, I don't blame you. So what about like dogs? You have any pets, fish? I got 2 dogs, Gus and Chief. My kids told me to name it. I'm like, why would I not name it Chief? But anyway, what you got? Any favorite thing, stuff like that?
Well, we do have 2 dogs. So we have a Dorky, which is a half Dotson, half Yorkie. So front on, it's a Yorkie, and it turns the corner. It's like a cartoon from Tom and Jerry. The body just keeps coming around.
Are you serious?
It looks like the dog dragon from Neverending Story. It is.
Does it look like the Toy Story dog? The one that
hideous.
keeps dragging?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But front on, it's Yorkie. You're like, oh, Yorkie's coming, and then it just kind of keeps coming.
A dorky.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Hey, man. I mean,
Yeah, and she's almost 10, right? So, yeah. And then we have a new baby puppy called Bluebell.
there you go.
Yeah.
That's cute. So what's one thing about you that people don't know? I will tell you something that's like quirky. I don't like sodas or Cokes. I hate them. They're gross. I know that's weird. I don't like Cokes or sodas at all.
I haven't had a soda in 3 years.
That's not quirky.
So that's just weird.
No, it's not.
I don't know.
That's good for you.
It's like cold turkey. Yeah, it is.
Oh, it's good.
I mean, you know how much that contributed to weight loss. I mean, it's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Not staying bloated 24/7 with all that carbonation.
Yeah, it's just letting the world know you're around.
Yeah. They can hear my stomp. Maybe I'll get a technical foul.
No, I'm not talking about the how it doesn't sit in there. It's got to come out.
It's got to come out. Yeah.
Well, listen, we're gonna wrap up here, but I appreciate you coming in. And how would our listeners on Apple TV, by the way. We're on Apple TV, as well as the Vocal app. That's the only way you can watch the show. How would they get in touch with you if they want to go there, maybe drive in from out of town, get information from Oasis Pickleball, work for you or work with you, be trained? Just how would they get in touch with Mr. Gene Click?
Sweet. So you can go to oasispickleballclub.com. Shout out to the new website. This website has been an ordeal.
Really?
Yeah. When I just got hired, I had a tennis email address still, because the Oasis started as a tennis facility. So I was like, yeah, just Gene@oasistennis.com. You send me an email. I'm like, can I get a pickleball email address, please?
Exactly.
Anyway, so now that's all up and running. oasispickleballclub.com. Gene@oasispickleball is my email address. So super official. Obviously, we have all of the social medias, Facebook, which I'm very proud of. You get stats from Facebook every week.
I'll have to follow this Facebook on yours. I have a Facebook, Reese Racket Sports, but I don't really use it too much. All right.
Okay, yeah, we'll just share them back and forth. So I love it when it says like up 350% from last week. I'm like, yeah, because it was dormant. Like, so yeah, here we go, we're rocking it.
And then you see when it's like down 200%. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, I'm like, gotta post them. Instagram, same handle, Oasis Pickleball Club. So
all right, well, I can be reached at Curtis, Curtis, at Reese Racket Sports, ReeseRacketsports.com. And if you have any questions or want to come on the show or be a sponsor of the show to get your product on here, whatever you guys want to do, contact me. But thank for my guest, Mr. Gene Click, for coming in. And, please take some time to look over all the shows, not just this awesome show on the Vocal Now app, because it's got a show for every mood. I mean, it's all there is to it. It's the truth. But anyway, if there's, like I said, any mood, anything on the Vocal app. And remember, man, if anybody's on the hesitation about playing pickleball, just grab them in the arm and say, come on, let's pickle. That's it, bro. I appreciate you coming, man.
Thanks, man.
I want to come to that Palooza thing. You watch. I'm telling you.
Let's do it. Okay. Thank you.
All righty.
Coming through.